Do you have any personal information you'd truly like to keep private? I'm not referring to the ghosts lurking in your closet or the bizarre ideas that might keep you up at night. I'm talking about things that seem to be beyond your control. Things that seem to have become part of you naturally. Your Myers-Briggs personality type reveals your qualities at your best and worst, as well as your strengths and weaknesses. The best INTJ personality traits include independence, self-assurance, and self-sufficiency. Yet as with all personality types, the INTJ has very particular things they really don't want you to know about them. INTJs might not always be the friendliest people in social situations. Okay, in many social settings, but they can still project a lot of self-assurance. They don't lack confidence in their ability to be kind or sociable. They simply prefer situations with low stimulation since they are introverts. Additionally, INTJs are fiercely independent and need the freedom to always be who they want to be. There are characteristics of the INTJ personality type that they would prefer you to be completely unaware of, for every strength they may have. 7 things INTJs really don't want you to know about them is the topic of the day. Please watch to the end and comment on these INTJ list items. Do you think they are true about you? Remember to subscribe to help the channel if you like the content. Number 7. INTJs rely far too heavily on pure logic. INTJs use their minds to think, feel, and make decisions. There is absolutely nothing wrong with taking a more analytical approach than an emotional one and choosing logic over emotion. There is such a thing as relying too heavily on reasoning, though. As long as they use their knowledge and reasoning, INTJs think there is always a reasonable explanation for everything. They also think there is always a solution. The majority of people recognize that not everything needs to be carefully considered and evaluated. There are times when using instinct and intuition to solve problems is the best course of action. And other times there are just no correct solutions. Does this stop INTJs from trying their hardest to come up with a logical solution? And give themselves the chance to disprove you? Without a doubt. They are who they are, after all. Number 6 on the list for today is, INTJs can be completely clueless. It might be challenging for INTJs to establish lasting connections, since they can come out as cold and uncaring to people around them. Because they can't entirely let their guard down, relationships and even friendships suffer and frequently fall apart. Dating them or attempting to be friends with them may feel more like putting yourself on display for them to tear apart than actually getting to know one another, because INTJs can also be quite critical of others, even if they are unaware of how critical they can be. When it comes to love and relationships, INTJs are one of those personality types who thrive when they aren't trying. The harder they try to maintain a relationship, the worse their critical behaviors may become. This personality type consequently rarely forms lasting relationships. Because they are less burdensome, they occasionally favor casual partnerships. They don't need to examine or scrutinize what they already know will pass quickly. Number 5. INTJs might struggle to take initiative. This is because introverted intuition, their major cognitive function, is a perceiving rather than a judging function. That's accurate. Not to be confused with their INTJ judgment preference. For them, this particular function is a perceiving function. Judgers actively construct their lives, relationships, and environments, as opposed to perceivers, who prefer to accept life as it is. They may be perceived as passive or uninterested by more assertive types, such INTJs. But to call INTJs sluggish is to overlook the essence of what it takes to be a perceiver. Operating in a passive state of perception is the most authentic sort of job for INTJs because this is their primary task due to their dominant introverted intuition. A position that has the potential to be extremely valuable to society. Remember, if you are enjoying this content, please subscribe, comment, and share. It helps YouTube know people enjoy what we are creating and will help you keep up with all our freshest new videos, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Number 4 today. INTJs tend to be excessively introverted. Introverts are people with certain personality types who feel significantly better at ease with the least amount of external stimulation. But no one is as introverted as an INTJ, which causes them more trouble rather than allowing them to unwind. The INTJ intellect has so many intricate layers that it is easy for them to become lost in them. You may think of this as an introverted inception. Instead of attempting to build appropriate boundaries for themselves and strike a balance between social interaction and alone time, an INTJ would want to create a flawless existence inside of their heads where they can always be accurate and always feel comfortable. The fact that few people understand INTJs in the first place, and that they are aware of this, just makes matters worse. As a result, they simply prefer environments where they do not have to defend themselves to other people. Number 3. INTJ. Lack of trust in others. In any other circumstance, standing up for yourself until you're blue in the face would be wonderful, as long as what you're defending makes sense. On the other hand, this capacity can be excruciating for INTJ people. INTJs have trouble with trusting people at first. Their friendships and interpersonal connections thus suffer. Number 2, INTJs hate being mistaken. They believe that no one could possibly disagree with them since they have spent so much time figuring out the precise solutions to their issues. Even when faced with the reality, they will not only stand by their truth, even how occasionally inaccurate it may be, but also correct you or make an effort to persuade you that there are always two sides to every story. It is exceedingly uncommon for an INTJ to be mistaken about something, but trust me when I say that arguing with an INTJ on anything they have given careful consideration to will never go well. Most of the time, they are correct and can provide receipts to support their claims. And number 1 is, INTJs experience true personal growth when they put their theories into practice. Because INTJs are change agents by nature, developing ideas and theories without acting on them doesn't feel satisfying. This is a double-edged sword, though, as I already indicated that an INTJ may find it difficult to take initiative due to their introverted intuition. However, INTJs might attain personal growth and development by putting their theories into practice. When this occurs, they truly emerge as a force to be reckoned with. Concepts for an INTJ stop being imaginations once they become actions and mile markers. They could be improved, evaluated, and validated. Most importantly, an INTJ may now affect their environment, which might be one of their personality traits they find most rewarding. Are you an INTJ? Is there a trait you are keeping a secret? Now is a great time to get it off your chest. Let us know below. Bonus: INTJ are seasoned procrastinators. The INTJ personality type is the kind of person who will resist anything until it fulfills its intended goal, which everyone else may find rather annoying. They frequently rebel against the norms because they won't participate in anything when everyone just blindly follows the rules. They are not that, and they never will be that. It's one thing to oppose authority and norms, but for INTJs, there's never just one thing at play. INTJs are infamous for putting things off. They always want to do good deeds, but only according to their conditions. These are the ones that tell themselves they'll start working at 7 o'clock, but when the time arrives at 7:03, they decide to put off starting until 8 o'clock. Any rigid environment immediately turns them off. If INTJs are not entirely in control of themselves, nothing will be done. Of course, procrastination is not just an INTJ trait, everyone engages in or has dealt with it. The problem is that because of their particular blend of cognitive functions, INTJs are more prone to procrastination. More than any other type, INTJs struggle with procrastination due to the way their brains are wired. Remember, if you are enjoying this content, please subscribe, comment and share. Please don't procrastinate, winking face.